It always makes me laugh when people criticize Nintendo's completely ass-backwards pricing on things, and then the Nintendo fanboys come into the comment sections or the replies on Twitter and try to tell them that it's totally okay for Nintendo to charge $80 for Mario Kart because it's a really cool special Mario Kart they worked really hard on. Or that it's totally okay for Nintendo to try and take legal action against legitimate competition because they had the idea first, you guys. And if you put your logo on the idea first, that gives you legal ownership of the concept of video games, you guys. Think of Nintendo. Stuff like that always makes me laugh. And one of the reasons why it makes me laugh is the simple fact that you're gonna run out of excuses eventually, while I am never going to run out of criticisms, apparently. Case in point, this nonsense. So Nintendo announced the other day that they're doing re-releases of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Makes sense, given the fact that they just announced a movie based on the thing, and also given the fact that the seasons are changing, that means Nintendo has to re-release Mario Galaxy again. But oh goodness, what's this? A $70 price tag for the two of them? Well gosh, what if I didn't want the two of them? Well that's okay, then you just have to pay $40 a pop. $40 a pop for games that came out on the Wii. And you people wonder why I have so much to say about Nintendo and their lack of respect for their consumer. Oh, and the funniest part of this? It's not even $70 for Switch 2 ports. Like you're not even paying $70 for native Switch 2 ports. You're paying $70 for Switch 1 ports that run on the Switch 2. It's $70 for both, or $80 separately, or $40 a pop for Switch 1 ports of original Wii games. Nintendo, why? Genuinely wild to me that we're even trying to justify this. And yes, there's a lot of people trying to justify this. We're going to be making fun of them in a minute, but first we need to make a few things very clear. These Galaxy re-releases are re-releases. They are not legitimate remasters. They're not even a little bit remakes. They're just native Switch 1 versions of decade-old games with bare minimum improvements and enhancements. And when I say enhancements, I mean things that are subjective, like improved UI. Well, I mean, according to a lot of people, the UI is not actually improved. But don't worry, Nintendo will gladly charge you full price for 15-year-old games with subjective changes. I also think it's funny that it's $70 for two Mario Galaxy games, or $70 for Metroid Prime 4, which means Nintendo values these games at exactly the same price point. It also makes me laugh that Mario Kart World, according to Nintendo, is worth precisely $10 more than these games that came out 15 years ago. I think that's kind of silly goofy. I also want to just put this on screen. Remember the Crash Insane trilogy? That was fun. Remember the Spyro collection? That was fun. 3 games that were actual remakes, actual quality of life improvements for $40 8 years ago. Absolutely wild what Nintendo thinks they can get away with. And absolutely wild what people let them get away with. They only do these things because you people allow them to do it. You people defend everything they do. Of course they keep doing it. Which brings us to the main event of today's video. I want to show you some of my favorite responses to the announcement of Mario Galaxy being released at full fucking price in the current year on the Switch 1. Nintendo's lost their fucking minds, but I just want to read you some of these responses and some of these reactions, because my goodness, the Nintendo Defense Force is in full swing right now. And I'll say it again, you're going to run out of ammo eventually, but I'm not. And I'm the one with the YouTube channel, so that works for me. Ashen Wolf says this is a pretty nice move to make, especially for those who got 3D All-Stars. Only complaint is they should have been $20 to $30 for the separate releases. So, many things wrong here. First of all, why is this a nice move, especially for the people who got 3D All-Stars? 3D All-Stars was another case of Nintendo's hubris getting in their face. It's just that it somehow was even less bad than this. 3D All-Stars was at least 3 games at not quite full price. This is 2 games at full price. At least it's not a limited timed release for no reason until Nintendo is like, oh wait, that is a thing we can do. Artificial scarcity it up, me boy. But I love this second part here. My only complaint is that it should have been $20 to $30. That's your only complaint? That's a pretty big fucking complaint, my boy. Like, yeah, man, it's really nice of them to be releasing the games at this price point. My only complaint is it shouldn't be this price point. Are you... That was a big fancy car that just went by. I wasn't just farting that whole time. I promise I wasn't farting, not yet. Give me a few minutes. I'm digesting. Hood Lightyear says $40 for a Wii game is crazy. Kevin says, worth every penny. The age does not affect the quality at all. Few games top these two IMO. Hood says, nobody said anything about the quality. $40 for 20-year-old games is crazy. Kevin says, at least the price went down a bit. At least the price went... I would hope the price went down a bit. It's been 20 years. They were on the Wii. Nintendo themselves were selling these for like $10. You can walk into a GameStop and get them for like 15. No one said anything about the quality. People are saying things about the fact that they are old and being sold for full price despite being old. But this brings up an interesting debate. You say it's worth the money because of the quality. So we should be pricing games based on quality now, which, never mind the fact that quality is completely subjective, at least in the context of something like this. But you think games should be priced based on quality. Okay, what if I don't like Mario Galaxy? What if I don't think Mario Galaxy actually is that good? Does that mean I get to pay less for it? Oh, we're pricing games based on quality. Okay, well, Nintendo better be selling the most recent Pokemon games for like $10, right? No, of course they're not doing that. You people are so desperate, it's so weird. Troy attaches a screenshot of Metroid Prime Remastered at $40 and says this has a full facelift for also $40, by the way. They get a response from someone named Dr. Ed who says, see the word remastered that the Galaxy games don't have. Hope that helps. So Metroid gets remastered for $40. Galaxy gets re-released, which is objectively less work, for the same price point. And your response is, yeah, well, Galaxy wasn't remastered. Yeah. So you're agreeing with us. At SegaFan says, please develop media literacy. We're saying 40 for Galaxy is unfair when we got Metroid Remastered for 40. Dr. Ed says, well, I hope you apply it to yourself because Metroid Prime Remastered got work on top of the original game, while the Galaxy games are exactly the same. Yes, that means Galaxy should be less. That means Galaxy should be less. You gigantic goofball, what are you even saying right now? Do you even know what point you're making? You just saw people criticizing Nintendo and started flipping out for no reason. Sheldon says, okay, but do you realize it's $70 for arguably the two best Mario games ever? Honestly, with how games are now $70 due to sheep being unable to vote with their wallets, it's the best 2-in-1 ever if you ask me. The absolute irony of you defending a $70 re-release from Nintendo while also calling people sheep who can't vote with their wallets. People are sheep who can't vote with their wallets, but also $70 for Wii games on the Switch 1 in 2025 is the best 2-in-1 ever if you ask me. Other people are sheep. It's not me. Genuinely, what is your problem? And Elle responds and says they were $20 each on the Wii U Virtual Console over 10 years ago. And then Itzio Hero says, pull out your Wii U then and play it. We'll be playing on updated resolution and controls for a premium price on a console we use more than once a year, like the Wii U. So, because you don't use the Wii U, just so I'm getting your argument correctly, just because you don't use the Wii U more than once a year, that now means the same game at a slightly higher resolution is worth a premium price? Like, you acknowledge that the game was $20 10 years ago, but it's a premium price now because you personally don't use the Wii U that much? I swear, Nintendo fanboys will advocate for stuff like this. They'll advocate for, like, quality-based pricing. Like, even if you don't realize it, that's what you're saying here. You're saying that, like, quality and, like, personal usage should dictate how much you're willing to spend on it. And to an extent, I agree with that. Everyone has different ideas of how much they're willing to spend on things. That's just the nature of human beings. But the second this logic is applied to you, you're not going to want it anymore. That's why it's funny. Like, I think Galaxy's worth a premium price. Okay, well, I don't. Yeah, well, I do. It's like that doesn't go anywhere. That's just how you continue to get nonsense like this. Lizard T says, hot take, I don't think this is overpriced. It's not a $7 game. It's two $40 games. Each of these games is 100% worth $40. A few years ago, they would have been $60. $70 is just a bundle if you want both. Full stop. A few years ago, they would have been $60. No, a few years ago, they were $20 from Nintendo. That's the whole problem. You can't use the argument that these games would have been $40 or would have been $50 a few years ago because Nintendo was selling them for half of that. People are mad because we got Galaxy 1 already. If you have the game, just buy the other one. Nintendo is letting you do that. That's a luxury we didn't get with 3D World. Oh, it's a luxury. It's a luxury that you can give your money to Nintendo. Thank you, Nintendo, for allowing me to give Nintendo money. It's such a luxury that I'm able to do that. Please, Nintendo, put more boots on my plate. I want to put seasoning on them and then put them in my mouth. Also, this is upscaled, not just a re-release. This isn't like 3D All-Stars. A lot of the hate is people who only want Galaxy 2 and have to spend $70 for it. You guys can get it for $40 on the eShop, which could not be a more reasonable price. No, there could be a more reasonable price than $40. You know, like 20 or 10 or 15, somewhere around there. Somewhere around the price point that Nintendo was selling this game at just a few years ago. But then they released the Switch and suddenly all of their sins were forgiven and they were allowed to price things at literally whatever they wanted now, and you would just defend them because they released the Switch basically and no other reason. I swear, Nintendo could get away with literally anything to you people. Luigi53 says, throwback to when y'all sold the game for $9.99 separately. Then Luke responds, those were literally just the games with nothing added. I'm going to leave this on screen for a few seconds, just so you can really look at it, stare at it. I think that's enough time. We can move on now. Scuba Shark says, why the hell are these $40 each and $70 for both? These games are both over a decade old. The Wii U had them on Virtual Console for $10. If there were substantial upgrades to the game, I could see it, but come on, this is just ridiculous and greedy. Michael Fitzpatrick responds, did you read? There's new content, and they're full remasters with revamped UI and everything. Unlike the VC versions, which were basically just Wii emulation, remastering games and making new content for them isn't exactly cost-free. These aren't remasters, but I do love that Nintendo fanboys will simultaneously be like, you can't compare this to Metroid Prime Remastered, because it's not a remaster. But then also be like, you can't complain about the price, it's a remaster. It's like Schrodinger's remaster. Super Mario Galaxy is both remastered and not remastered at the exact same time, depending on who I'm trying to argue with. Also, a resolution bump is not a remaster. That's just what you can do with an emulator. You can bump the resolution. That's not difficult to do. People have been bumping the resolution of Mario Galaxy on emulators for legit like 15 years now. It's not exactly difficult to do. And if your community can do it for free, you probably shouldn't be charging them $40 for it. Scuba Shark responds and says, buddy, this is going to be the same version of Galaxy that they used for 3D All-Stars. You know, the one that used an emulator to upscale the game. It's not a remaster. Nothing is being redone or remade aside from bits of Rosalina's storybook. It's the same game. And then Mert Crash responds, they actually redid all the UI and fonts. The Welcome to the Galaxy Star bit and coin fonts. They're a lot nicer and crisper. Oh, they redid the UI and fonts. I'm once again leaving this on screen for you to read. I'm going to let you soak it in. Let you really bring that into your brain. My God, this is really where we're at right now. We're actually bringing up fonts. Holy shit. And then we'll close up with one little zinger from Harmon Smith, who just says, complaining about the price of Nintendo games just means you're poor. Or it means I just have a realistic understanding of how much my hobby is worth. My goodness. You people are sad. Like, genuinely. You're just sad at this point. Like, how is it possible that your platform and your community and your ecosystem that you put on such a high pedestal, how is it possible that you are so fucking dry over there? That not only do you have to feign excitement for re-releases of decade-plus old games, but you have to then try and defend blatant overpricing of them. Like, you do realize that this is only going to do damage to you in the long run, right? This is only going to hurt you because you are proving how complacent you are with these things. They're not going to get better. Why would they look at this and then get better? What, like, why? Why do you just allow this to be happening? I don't understand it. But you know what? Fucking, you reap what you sow, you know? Play stupid games, get stupid games on your stupid game console. Okay, Doofus Club time. Showbiz, NCNA, if they fuck up Splinter Cell, I will kill someone violently. MBG's final remaining brain cell. Vector, Vendetta, Autry, Mega, Kevdog, oh my goodness. Kevdog, 1992, Mechanical Resonance, Sick, Nick, Omega, Mad Fox, 94, XJ Induction, Piplo, and Bowler, Hat, Biscuit, 1101, Solar, Rotten, Bear Brain, Max, Scale, V2 Gaming, Stick Rider, Broken Crown, Pro Rifle, the Rat King, no motorcycle yet, just got my first car, Devastated 2000, Jake Spider Monkey, 1994, hashtag Ban J Tech TV, Schmo from Schmattles to Schmitz, Chris Void, Vast, Dennis, Rip Charlie, Gaming with Dead People, Muskie, Kyle Ward 789, Big Fudge, Bold Big Flank, Jude, shut the fuck up, yo, dude, your little kid wings, dude, Klepto Penguin, the Jojo 6, Moltheme, the Beast Sims, Really Lizard, Oracle, Turn the King, Riders Upside Down, Pedro Pascal's Left Hand, Blast 1314, Jimmy Chops, Curbside Anthem should be My Chemical Joe Mance, Master Killer, Firestorm 2056, Dimitri Sapajorno, Tom Schnorlax, and Dan Porter Bridges, Unknown 186718, Zombie Killer 5072, Official Drag, I call my GF Bracelet because of what she likes in bed. I still don't know what that means. If you have a 4, QMC, Ed Shadow Bear 1789, Kush Goon, Unicorn Rocker, but if I do, oh no, it's Klutzy Fritanga of the Rage from Seattle. Fuck you, it's not Black Fatigue, it's Black Obsession. T Drang Rise and Nurse and Non-Vola. Hi. This one's just hi. Hello, Partial Mean 8, Volks Octo Codman 4372WX, The Gamer 127YT, Alderauthor 1, Doug Nigsy Smile, Snake Eyes 227, The Gamer Word 72, MK2996E, Hentai X Machina Gamma, Elite Fire Hazard 105, Tech Gaming Jungle Zone, Slim Jim, Lord Bowser II, Joe Laughs at Us in the Moat, Gay Local Adult with Autism, BC Gamer, Just Separate, Ricky Power, Ricky Dabby, don't know about Gara Horse, but I'll be the Godfather, Kuhn the Steel Angel, this isn't a boat mobile, it's a Joe Mobile. Sergeant Jason Bond, Baron Von Voderham, Cyrus 6771, Tree Death 940, I snuck onto your PC and pre-order Black Ops 7 on your PC with your money, Creed Warrior 23, Max the Chev, Simply the Chapter, Insane, Gars, Horse Girl, Holocaust, Night of Cypher, ML04, I own 6 copies of Clip 2006 on Blu-ray, Wolf of Midnight, Pig Venus, Steve Wood Studios, Film Kraken, Ohm Gaming, Tariq Brown, Thorscade, Macanex, Severed, Embers, Mr. 503, it's Carolina Africa Wine Mixer, Pow Pow, Donnie Weston, Nick Dog, Nick, oh fuck, Nick, Gob Gonson, Rogue Winter 19, Zach Thane, Candy Kitten Fanny, Hangman for Ire, Elden Noble, Frost Crystal, Biogenesis, Floppy Pinkus 97, Mega Keys, Scarface Go, Ghost Ho, Ryusagi, Vasco, Raptor Tim, Almost F94, Blue Hook, The Windy Wanka, Mr. Techno Squeak, Jody Petus, Smitty Worker, Man Jensen, McAdvertisement, Diego Garcia, Kibikins, Iron American Idiot, Harmon Smith's Other Chin, Oh No, it's Justin, Rand, Roy, 20 Wings, Finger Wolf 7, Joey Scoop, Smelling Wrestling Geek, Joe Taku, Retro, Wannabe Hubba, Jidge, West Billo, Pick Char, Rob Z, Veg, Groove, Nana, Kurt, Announce Back, Saul Hathen, it's not a Jotski, it's a Joing 747. Oh my god. It's a fucking Joing 747 flying into my anus. I almost said anus, but I didn't because that would be strange if I said that. It's a good thing I didn't say there's a Joing 747 flying into my anus. Aren't you glad I didn't say that, honey? You're welcome, honey, for not saying that. Oh, fuck, toodles.